So we are here with your Fun Fact Friday, and we are going to discuss the importance of having homeowners insurance sooner rather than later during your buying process. We are with Jennah from State Farm Insurance, and we are with Jim Harmelink from Hunt Mortgage, and they're going to give us some important facts and features or key points and reasons as to why we need to look at this sooner rather than later. So, Jennah, we're going to go ahead and start with you.
Sure.
What are coverages for homeowners that are important for buyers?
Yes, so you're going to want to make sure you have the obvious, your dwelling coverage. So that covers any perils like a fire. It covers the structure of your home. The other thing is you're going to want your personal property coverages. So that's anything inside your home that if it's damaged because of a window was open and snow came in unexpectedly and it was damaged, it could be covered. And the other one is, I feel like it gets looked over, but would be medical payment coverages. So if anyone would get hurt on your property, it would be covered to cover their medical expenses.
And you can just bundle those in?
Yep, you just want to make sure that in your homeowner's policy you have all of those options.
Got it, okay. And what's a way that homeowners can lower their premium but not sacrifice their coverage?
Yeah, so you're gonna wanna, ask your agent who will help you out with all of those questions, that if you have, if you can bundle anything. So a lot of times if you have an auto insurance policy or, a life insurance policy or anything like that, another policy, bundling will really help you get the best discount.
Kind of like a BOGO.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then what should some homeowners do immediately after experiencing property damage? What's kind of the first step that should be taking place?
Yeah, so you're gonna wanna call your agent. So instead of just right away filing a claim, you're gonna wanna call your agent and discuss what you're actually covered for and discuss the damages, because a lot of times your deductible is gonna be higher than what actually the damage is costing. So you're gonna wanna see if you should file a claim, because the claim stays on your report forever. So just talking with them and seeing if filing a claim is the best option.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I wouldn't have thought to call an agent first. Just file it. Okay, and then Jim, on the lending end of things, what are some important steps to be taken during the buying process that affect?
Well, I would encourage you the buyer to check into insurance sooner than later, because that has a big impact into the buying process. Not only does it impact your payment, what the insurance is going to be, but also your closing costs, because 1 year of insurance is collected at closing. The insurance is a huge part of this. I'm talking about the deductibles and whatnot. My opinion on it is maybe not try to get the lowest deductible possible. As what was already mentioned, if you are somebody that calls in for a lot of claims, that could actually be, you're the claim person, and it could end up increasing your premium if you call too many times for claims. So I would suggest an insurance be used more for big ticket items. Smaller tickets you're going to want to try to cover yourself.
So when you start searching for those factors during the buying process, what are some things that homeowners should start looking for? I know that you mentioned sooner rather than later.
That's a great question, Melissa. I've been doing this for a long time, and insurance was just kind of an afterthought back when I started doing this, and lenders didn't even really look at coverages. So many buyers end up being undercovered, underinsured. Now it's a big part of the whole underwriting process to make sure the coverage will either replace the house or at a minimum pay off the mortgage is what the lender's going to be looking for. So that's a big piece of the puzzle now.
Okay, so buyers should really be aware of the lender's interaction.
And part of your contract that you're going to write with the buyer, there is a deadline in that contract that says, hey, Mr. Seller, I can't find affordable insurance. I don't want to buy this house. And that's an important piece of the whole home buying process now.
Yeah. And so after you've owned the home for a little while, I know homes will gain value, depending on what type of market we're in at that time. If something were to happen after that house has gained value, but you got coverage at the price of the day that you purchased it, how can you reevaluate your insurance to match the current value of your home?
Well, on the lending side, what they're looking for, will it pay off the house, pay off the mortgage, or guaranteed to replace the house? You'd be needing to talk to your insurance person if you need to increase coverages, if your home value is starting to increase, or the cost to replace has increased.
Okay.
And most of the time when when your policy renews, it will update the cost most of the time, but you do want to check with your agent and make sure that is happening, because home values do go up most of the time, so you want to make sure you're covered for sure.
Yeah, that's a great point. Definitely something to look into and kind of keep up with. And I think making sure that you're in contact with your real estate agent throughout that time frame too, just to kind of see where the value leads or goes, and then that way buyers can also, or homeowners can also make sure that they stay on top of that as well. Well, fun information for our Fun Fact Friday today. Important information nonetheless. And if there's any questions about any of this at all, whether it comes from the lending side or the agent side, make sure you look in the description. I'll put all their information down below and you can contact them and ask any questions you may have. Thanks. Have a good Friday.